When you and I can get our team members to appreciate the differences of each other and the way they approach their work, we can shift from simply managing difficult people to leading a more harmonious team. Now, you have heard this morning, and I'm sure most of us have experienced personality profiles and assessments of some kind. And if you would, just let me see, have you done a personality assessment at any time in your life? Most of us have. This goes all the way back to Greek philosophers. If you've heard terms like phlegmatic, choleric, melancholy, sanguine, that all came out of a Greek philosophy of understanding personalities. And in the 1950s, Myers and Briggs, two social scientists, created the first assessment where you could take a series of statements, respond to those statements, and the results would reveal for you your preferred style in the 4 basic personalities. And since the 1950s, we've come up with DISC and True Colors and Spectrum and Personalysis. I've seen all kinds of personality programs, even some that use animals. Like a lion, an owl, a golden retriever, and a jackass. I got that wrong? It's not okay. Because we've been through it so many times, people roll their eyes and disconnect. It is too important of a subject to simply dismiss. We have to keep it engaged because it is the key to better communication. It is the key to better relationships. It is a key for time management, and it will help us be better leaders. My wife and I were at the Nelson Museum a couple years ago. Friday night, dinner. The music that night was being provided by a group called the Elder Statesmen, 4 jazz players, a little jazz combo, having a great time. They've been playing together here in this area for almost 40 years. And while those gentlemen were on that stage providing that music, something happened, something magical took place. I heard 4 unique individuals playing 4 unique instruments, all of a sudden in the center of that music, do something amazing. Because instead of 4 different sounds, I heard one sound blended tightly together in perfect sync and in harmony. And this thought went through my mind. That's what we're trying to do at work. Get 4 unique, different personalities to blend together and to work in harmony. And I'm thinking about this, and my wife looked at me, she said, "What?" I said, "What do you mean, what?" She says, "You got an idea, right?" I said, "Does it show?" She says, "Absolutely. What's going on?" That was the night right here in Kansas City that personality jazz was born. We look at personalities from a jazz band perspective and then find ways to blend them together so that we create the very best harmony in the work environment. In personality jazz, you have piano, drums, saxophone, and a bass. And just like all the personalities we work with, all 4 of them play an important role in getting the right things done. I want to give you the key desires of each of those personalities. The piano-style person, that person, their key desire is accomplishment. Accomplishment. You heard it earlier. They are the people who want to get to it, get it done, and they want to be focused on short-term outcomes. Now, the drummer, a little different. That drummer's, their key desire is simply relationships. Go with me down to the Blue Room in the Jazz District and let's watch that jazz drummer Monday night at the jam session. You watch them. What's the purpose of a jazz drummer? They're keeping the rhythm and they're bringing everybody together. Regardless of what else is happening, they're always the one bringing people together. Now, the saxophone style person, their key desire is information. Information. These are the creative problem solvers in our work environment, and they are always expressive. And the bass style person, key desire for a bass? Organization. Organization. These are the folks that have systems, they know the details, and they will process everything in a very logical fashion. Now, in the time that we have remaining today, I'd like us to focus on the personality tempo of just 2 of these people, the saxophone and the bass. Now, you've discovered this, haven't you? Everybody has a different tempo when it comes to communication and work. Let's explore the saxophone and the bass. The saxophone style person, their key desire is information. And because that's their driving desire, they need time to think before they act. Well, why do they need time to think before they act? Because they're looking for meaning and understanding. These are the people who are exploring new ways of doing things. You'll never hear a saxophone-style person say, "This is the way we've always done it." No. You will usually hear a saxophone-style person ask, "What would happen if we did this? What could take place if we tried?" They're always exploring something new. Go with me Monday night to the Blue Room in the Jazz District, and let's watch the saxophone player get up on stage. They start with the basic information. It's called the melody. It's one that's familiar to us. Sounds like la-da-da-da-dum, la-da-dum, ba-dum, da-dum. And we're going, "Hey, I like that song. I know that song." But saxophones are not content with the basic melody and the information because they want to explore. They want to do a little improv, and all of a sudden they're and then if they want to make it bluesy, all the way around down low ranges. And pretty soon we're all looking at each other going, "What song are they playing? I don't recognize this song." And once in a while, just for our amusement, they throw the basic familiar information back in. That's when we look at each other and go, "Oh, that's what they're doing. I get it. I get it." Bass style people, they have a much different tempo than the saxophones. Their key desire, organization. Bass style people are systems focused. We see them as very accountable, very dependable people. And just like a bass style person in our work environment, they behave just like a bass player on stage. Where do you typically see the bass player on stage with the jazz band? In the back, sometimes to the side. They're always in the back. And bass-style people are very much like that. They are content behind the scenes, and we see them as reserved people. And if you watch closely and listen, it'll look and sound something like this. One note at a time. Bass-style people are one priority at a time people. They are methodical people. Piano people just want to get to it and get it done, short and to the point. Drummers, hey, whatever's going on, include me. I want to be involved. It doesn't matter what's happening. I just want to be a part of this experience. Saxophones, always exploring, what else can we do with this? And the bass player's going, this is what we're supposed to do. And they're focused on that. But all too often, we approach other people with the wrong tempo. We have not paid attention to their tempo. And when we do, we end up creating a discord with them. But when we understand where they're coming from and we approach them with the right tempo, we move closer to a place of harmony with them. Wynton Marsalis, I believe, is going to go down in history as one of the greatest trumpet players of all time. Wynton is currently the musical director for the Lincoln Center in New York City. Wynton was asked in an interview just a couple years ago this question: how do you get the very best jazz using today's recording methods? And his response was very interesting. He said, you can't get the very best jazz using today's recording methods. You can't bring in an instrumentalist and put them in a sound studio and let them do their thing and record that, send them out, and then bring in another one and have them do that thing, and then send them out and repeat the process with every single one. It just can't be done. You'll never get the best. And I want you to pay very close attention to what he said next, because it has a profound influence on our leadership, especially in the context of personality jazz. Wynton said, the very best jazz is always the result of learning to listen to each other, playing off of each other's strengths, and then working out the process of the music. I'm going to say it again because it's that important for us. The very best jazz is always the result of learning to listen to each other, playing off of each other's strengths, and then working out the process of the music. If you would like those kinds of results, bring me to your organization or to your convention, and I will intentionally lead your participants into a very interactive experience where they will discover how to blend their style with the others that they work with. My name is Steven Iwersen. I want to thank you very much, and I'll see you soon at the Blue Room.